This is Nate with StrayBlogger.com, and in this video I want to talk about how to stop hackers from ruining your sites. And I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned after being hacked about 6 times in the last few weeks. And it's not like I've learned a whole lot about it. I still don't have any clue how people actually hack sites or anything like that. It's really just one big thing that I've learned that I want to share with you that's going to really help you out. So you might have noticed that StrayBlogger was hacked a few weeks ago right after I published a new blog post. And it actually was not the first time that had happened to one of my sites. Different sites of mine have been hacked 6 times in the last few weeks. And this isn't really a tutorial on how to manually fix your sites after you've been hacked. I'm going to show you something that's a lot more valuable. Now that's actually what I tried at first, but I quickly realized that it would take way too much time to learn on my own. And so what I'm going to share with you will be a lot more helpful than actually trying to teach you about coding and WordPress security, because I don't know that much stuff about that. Now, if you've ever thought about this, maybe it's happened to you, maybe it hasn't. If it hasn't happened to you and you don't have any type of security measures in place, your site's getting hacked. It's really just a matter of time. It'll happen eventually. So getting hacked can be very devastating to your online business. Probably the main thing, and this is what I was so worried about when it happened to my sites, is if you rely on organic traffic at all from Google, when they figure out that your site has malware on it or is redirecting to some hacker page, which is what was happening to my sites, they will unindex your site when they find out that that's going on, that your site has been affected by malware. So this could potentially shut down your entire online business, possibly for months even. If you try to, I don't even know what you would do if it's possible to contact Google directly and prove that you've had it cleaned up. Luckily, this didn't happen to me. None of my pages got unindexed because I got it taken care of so quickly. But what I did was, when it first happened, I did kind of try to figure things out on my own, and I quickly realized that it was a huge topic, obviously, and nearly impossible to just learn from the ground up, especially if you still need time to actually work on your business. It's like learning a whole other subject. So when I was reading on different blogs and forums about how to fix a hacked site, I kept hearing about a service called Locker from CodeGarage. And I was desperate to get my sites fixed as soon as possible, so I immediately signed up for the service. And Peter and his guys had my sites back up and running within a few hours. And since then, when anything suspect happens, they have it cleaned up immediately. So, another thing is they back up your sites daily. So I cannot describe to you enough how much of a relief it is to not have to worry about my sites getting hacked anymore. It's just, even before my sites got hacked, the idea that they could get hacked and just shut down my, these profits that were, this money coming in from these websites, it just kind of freaked me out, and was one of those things that I didn't know what to do about it. You just kind of hope that it never happens to you. And so when I realized the first time that my sites had been hacked, it was incredibly stressful. So to have something in place, not to mention it's incredibly cheap. Like, I can't believe how cheap his service is. And having gone through it and having had to use his service, I would pay a lot more. I would honestly pay double or triple his prices to have this service. So it's a complete service, and if your online business makes you any income at all, which hopefully it does, then a service like Locker is an absolute necessity. And that's kind of really my only lesson to tell you, is that if you're going to put the time and money and sweat equity into an online business and building sites, then a service like Locker is an absolute no-brainer. And there are probably other services out there. I don't know. This is the first one I found. Every time I've had an issue, Peter and his guys have had things fixed within a few hours, so it's the only one that I can actually recommend. So you should check it out, definitely.